I will show you how to make a mechanical metric dimension style in this video. Start by typing in D at the command line and opening up your dimension style manager. In a mechanical dimension style or in a mechanical drawing, the two different styles are annotative and ISO 25. In an imperial drawing, the two are annotative and standard. ISO 25 stands for International Standards Organization, and 25 is just the number that is associated with which standards were used, or the most recent standards that are being used in this scenario. The ISO 25 and annotative should not be used as your dimension styles. You want to create a brand new dimension style, and I'm going to name this mechanical and then metric. And I'm going to set the same values basically as we did with the mechanical imperial, but I'm going to convert them to millimeters. So in the mechanical imperial, our baseline spacing is 0.25 inches. 0.25 inches works out to be about 6 millimeters. For the extend beyond dim lines, 1/16 of an inch is somewhere around a half a millimeter, or a millimeter, or a millimeter and a half. So I'm going to use 1.5 and 1.5 here. Under symbols and arrows, arrow size should be 3 millimeters, which is about the same as 1/8 of an inch. For center marks, I'm going to change this to line, and I'm going to change this here to negative 1.5 millimeters. Remember, 1.5 is about a 1/16 of an inch. Under text, whoops, that shouldn't be a negative. This is making it negative, so I'm going to remove that negative and just type in 1.5. Under text, again, if you do not have a text style created, you must create one by clicking on the ellipsis button and creating a new style. My suggestion to you is you use your initials and then the name of the text style, the font you plan on using. Make sure that you select that font from the list and hit apply and close. That new text style should appear in the list. Make sure it's the current one being used for your dimension styles. You should see it update over here. And then across from text height, change that to 3 millimeters. In your text placement and text alignment, the ISO 25 standards are set for above and aligned with dimension line, but the ASME standards state that because this is mechanical drawing, we should still have this be centered and our text alignment should be horizontal. So those two changes need to be made. Offset from dim line from origin, I'm going to set that to 0.5 millimeters, and that's just going to make sure our dimension lines go as close to our dimensions as possible. Under the Fit tab, you want the arrows to be pushed out first before anything else. We want to turn off this draw dim line between extension lines, and then we want to make sure that these dimensions are going to be annotative. Primary units are going to remain decimal. Usually with metric drawings, you draw or your dimensions are to whole millimeters, so we'll put whole millimeters in there. And then under decimal separator, most other countries, or a lot of other countries, use a comma as a decimal rather than a point that we use, or a period. So I'm going to change ours to period just in case we end up having to go to a precision of more than a whole, more decimal places. We'll put a period rather than a comma. And we're going to leave everything else the same. So we've just completed our metric parent dimension style. Now I'm going to create the two variations for radius and diameter. We do that by making sure that this metric dimension style is current. Click on New, and under Use For, change that to radius, and then hit Continue. Under the Lines tab, I'm going to turn off the extension line 1 by suppressing it. Under symbols and arrows, I want to make it say none. And then under the Fit tab, I want to switch to both text and arrows and place text manually. So the radius child variation we turn off the suppress extension line 1. That's the only difference. I'm going to repeat that process, hit new, but this time pick diameter dimensions and continue, and change center marks from line to none, and change fit to both text and arrows, and place text manually, and then hit OK. So now I've got a mechanical metric dimension style that I can use that meets ASME standards.